Actually, I am in Oman, so here it's
Oh,
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay, you're in Oman. Okay. But you are from
Yeah,
India?
yeah, I'm from India.
Okay. All right. And what is your native language?
My native language is Hindi.
Hindi. Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah,
there's in India there are so many different native languages.
yeah. Every state has its own native language there.
Yeah. And then there's is the official language Hindi or is it Tamil or does it depend on the state?
No, official language is Hindi,
It
and
is
after
Hindi.
that English and other language come.
Okay.
But the first language is Hindi.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I went to university with some students from Bangalore, and
Okay, okay.
yeah, his English especially was very good, and he lost his Indian accent. He spoke it with the American accent, and
Okay.
I didn't know why, but it was very interesting when I was at his house once, and he called his mom on the telephone, and all of a sudden
Hmm.
he had this strong Indian accent again. I'm like, oh, you changed it to fit in. So it was it was pretty
Yeah,
funny. So,
yeah.
but yeah, all right. So, hello, Alexander. How are you today?
Hello, fine, thank you. How are you?
Very good, very good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it's pretty good. One of the weekend day, actually, I was working.
Oh, okay. So you only had one day off. Do you have a day off during the week then?
Today is my day off.
Oh, okay. What time is it right now where you're at?
Uh, 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Okay. So you are a morning person. So on your days off, you wake up early?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. For night owls, I think 9 or 10 a.m. is when night owls wake up, if then. So,
Mm.
yeah. Awesome. All right. And Jaya, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it's quite good,
Hmm?
but not anything special we do.
No. Oh, okay.
Did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took my niece yesterday. I took my nephews and niece to a movie. And have you guys seen the movie Paddington about
No.
the little bear, Paddington Bear?
Okay.
If you have a chance, and if you have kids, it's a really cute kids movie. So, um,
Okay. I have one here with me. He's
uh-huh.
in eighth class. He is in eighth class,
Okay,
so
so
I
he's about
can plan for
13.
him.
How old is he?
He is 13 years.
13, yeah. Yeah, he might like it. It might be too juvenile. My nephew is, they're 5 and 6, and they loved it. They absolutely
Okay.
loved it. So, and possibly teenagers might like it, but it's mostly, I think, elementary students that will like it. So,
Uh,
yeah.
I will tell you. I will tell him. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, have you guys ever been to London?
Never.
Never. Okay.
Yeah.
I have spent a lot of time in London, and that movie has a lot of scenes from London, and I'm like, oh, I want to go to London now. So, so anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So, helping people. So, when you think of helping people, Alexander, what when you see this phrase "helping people," what do you think of?
Uh, Helping, I see help people in different ways,
Uh huh.
depending on which help people need.
Mhm.
Or. a man need.
I guess what I'm asking is, what kind of different ways do you think of helping?
Oh, I think one of the most common, it's money,
Mm-hmm.
uh, food maybe, and medical help.
Giving food and
Uh,
medical help. Okay.
yes. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think it's mental, or I would say, mm,
Um,
for instance, for friends, to cheer them up when they
uh,
are feel blue.
encourage.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Jaya, what are the different ways that you think of when you think of helping people?
uh, by giving a good advice and
Mm-hmm.
advice,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and by uh, teaching, yeah, helping him to learn anything,
Mm-hmm.
just like we are learning from you.
So teaching.
So,
Teaching.
yeah,
Excellent.
teaching.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
All right.
And doing any work which is difficult for him, help,
Ah,
we can
yeah.
help him. Mm.
Teach. Okay. Excellent. Yeah. All right. So, giving money, giving food, medical help, encouraging, giving advice, teaching, those are all very good ways to help people. So we've got, I'm pretty sure this is going to be fairly easy for you guys, but maybe not. But we've got some different phrases. So what we're going to start out with is we're going to match the following phrase with their correct meaning, and then we'll complete the sentences below, and then Then I will ask you, we'll start asking and answering questions, trying to use these phrases. So we have give somebody advice, lend somebody cash, put somebody up, give somebody a lift, give somebody a hand, and save somebody's life. All right. So uh, Alexander, could you read A?
Uh, give somebody money and expect the person to pay you back later.
And what would that be?
Lend somebody cash.
Lend somebody cash. Perfect. All right. And what is the difference between lend?
And borrow.
Yeah, that's a lend and loan. They mean the same, and borrow.
It's very common issue, but I already know it.
Uh-huh.
If I borrow money, then I ask my friend to that he give me money.
Mhm.
But lend money, when friend give me money, he lends me money.
Mhm.
He
Mhm. Okay.
take me.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Lend and loan is give. Borrow is take. Hello, Saud. How are you today?
I'm fine. Do you hear
Excellent.
me?
Yes, hear you great. Hear you great. All
Thank you.
right. Jaya, could you read letter B?
Help somebody to do something that requires some effort, carrying bags, doing homework, think, give somebody a hand.
Yes, give somebody a hand. Excellent. And that is 5. Okay. And Saud, we're doing this matching on different phrases that mean ways of helping people. Can you read letter C here?
Let somebody stay at your place temporarily.
So what does that mean?
Uh, I think give somebody put somebody up.
Put somebody up is
What does this mean?
that's
What's
it
up?
means it means if you let somebody stay at your home, you have put them up. So to put somebody up means to allow them to stay at your home.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I also heard this phrase in case when it was a movie when Fly was postponed and their woman said to man, "Don't worry, we put you up until next
Yes.
Fly."
And in that respect, like that's happened to me actually. And sometimes you when you put somebody up, you let them stay at your home. Another time you put them up, and when you put somebody up, you actually pay for a hotel. So it's basically making sure that the person has somewhere to stay, has somewhere to land, somewhere to be. So yes, I've had a airline pay for a hotel for me, which was really nice. So, Alexander, could you read letter D?
Yes. Offer somebody your opinion about what to do or how to act in a particular situation. Give somebody advice.
Give somebody advice, yes. And letter E, Jayed.
Stop somebody from being killed. Save somebody's life.
Perfect. Perfect. And then Saud, could you read the last one?
Take somebody somewhere in your car. Give somebody a lift or a ride.
Perfect. A lift or a ride. Lift is British English. A ride is what we'll use in American English, so that's good that you knew that. So give somebody a lift or give somebody a ride. Okay. So number one, Jaya, could you read that one? Can you put one of these in the sentence? Jaya.
First one.
Yeah, number one.
Yesterday, James gave me some good advices on which laptop to buy.
Okay, and one thing about the word advice is we do not have the S at the end. So advice or advice, it's advice plural, advice singular.
Okay.
So good advice. So hello, Ken.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. All right. Sasha, could you read number two?
There were a lot of guests at the dinner party, so I decided to give her a hand with the dishes at the end of the evening.
Perfect. Okay. And number three, Saud, could you read that one?
Sure. I didn't need to take a taxi to the airport because the flatmate afforded to give me a lift.
Yeah, give me a lift. Yeah, now in American English, we would have said, I didn't need to take a taxi to the airport because my roommate, so flatmate would be roommate, offered to give, yeah, but flatmate is British English. So we would say roommate, and then, and they say lift, we would say ride. So, all right, number four. Ken, can you try that one? I know you just got here, but.
Okay, Bruce fell off his boat and was unable to swim, but luckily lifeguard came and save his life.
Perfect.
Save
His
his
life.
life.
Saved his life. Okay, number 5, Jaya.
I didn't have much money, so I asked Tom to lend me some money.
Okay, some money, or you can say some cash. So we've got
Some cash.
money as well, money, or we can also say cash. So what is the difference between money and cash?
Cash, money in any kind of cash in rupees and or pounds and just like
Yeah, well, cash is actually the currency. So cash
current.
is the
Yeah.
money that you touch. So that's money you touch. Now, money is the same. The difference is money can be in the form of a credit card or a bank transfer, or that
Yeah.
way. If
Check.
it's cash, if it's cash, it's the money that you get right away. So money and cash, in many respects, are the same, but money has a lot more ways of showing itself. So. All right. Number 6. Alexander, could you read that one?
When I was visiting Paris, an old friend of mine put me up for the night.
Okay, put me up for the night. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice some of these phrases just by talking about ourselves. So let's start with Saud. Tell us about the last time somebody gave you some good advice. Did you follow it, and was it a good thing?
Yes, of course, I follow it. Actually, I have a problem with my accent. I have a good writing style, and I'm using English
Mm-hmm.
uh, for 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, just I struggle to learn American accent. So he give me advice to roll with the Verbaling
Mm.
website.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, and has that helped you to start to hear the American accent a little bit different, and how
Yes,
you can?
actually, I'm still trying to mastering the accent, but it
Mm,
seems difficult. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. As
that's
simple as
true.
that.
That's exactly the case. That reminds me I need to start studying Finnish again because it's been a while. So, uh, yeah, thank you. Ken, how about you? Tell us about the last time somebody gave you some good advice, and did you follow it, and how did everything turn out? And again, you don't have to. You can lie. So.
Advice. A teacher gave me advice of English pronunciation.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes in the classes, or correction is very helpful.
Corrections, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody is giving you a correction. And what I did hear though, and I don't rarely hear this much with you. Uh, I did hear collection. So be
Correct. Yeah,
careful.
correction.
Be careful with the R's.
Correction. Yeah.
Yeah, which is of course very common with Japanese, Korean, and Chinese speakers. So, all right. So Jaya, how about you? Uh, when was the last time somebody gave you some good advice, and did you follow that advice?
Recently, my friend gave me advice making cake use uh, uh, non-salted butter instead of using ghee, pure ghee. So it is
Uh-huh.
good for. It was good, and I used it, and it was very helpful for me making cake.
Awesome, awesome. And how often do you do a lot of baking? And hello, Abdullah. But how
Hello.
often do you do a lot of baking?
Not
Do you
very
bake
much,
very often?
but yeah, for
Uh-huh.
my son liked eat cake, so I
Uh,
bake for him sometimes
uh-huh. All right.
cakes.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. And Alexander, how about you? When was the last time somebody gave you some good advice and you followed it?
The last really memorable and helpful advice was a couple years ago when I started learning English. Actually, I thought, I saw a comment on one of the forums, on Russian forums, and the
Mm-hmm.
guy suggested uh, when you learning English to, it's like English would be, it's like a language diet, something like that. It's when you exclude your own language when you can
Mm.
do it, and surround yourself only with language that you learn. And
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty. It was pretty weird for that time, but I decided to follow that rule, and actually, it's pretty. It's very helpful because I watched only English TV program, and it's in the background. It's all the time. When I home, of course, it's all the
Mm-hmm.
time English, and I try not to hear Russian
Mm-hmm.
voice and language.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of that's one of the ways we call that as a total immersion, which is
Uh,
one of the things that classes like here at Verbling and other live online organizations that are good for is because many people can't afford to go to another country and be totally immersed in the language, but you can be in this type of situation. So,
yes,
all
I'm one
right.
of that person, that
Yeah,
people.
I think most people are. So,
Yeah.
all right. And Abdullah, how
Yes,
about you? And welcome back, by the way.
thank you.
Uh, I saw you a few hours ago. So,
Mm.
um, and also, could you do me a favor when you're not talking? Could you mute because there's an echo coming from your microphone. But
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
can you tell us about the last time somebody gave you some good advice, and did you follow that advice?
Actually, yes, there are a lot of people who advised me about, about
Mm-hmm.
they advised me don't care about, about the grammar,
Mm-hmm.
to improve my fluency, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still doing the opposite. And
Oh,
I'm
caring
trying
about
to
grammar.
follow, I'm trying to follow their advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the camp that I am on. um, when it comes to language learning or any kind of type of learning of anything, there's different camps on ways to do it. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm a don't worry about it, just speak it and let's see what happens. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna skip practicing lend someone cash because in my opinion, um, anytime there's three things that I don't like to talk about, and money is one of them. And unless it's a like the last two lessons, it was a money lesson, and then of course we'll talk about it. But all right, so number three, as far as put somebody up. Um, so Jaya, when was the last time either you put somebody up or somebody put you up?
Mm. Last year, when we went to India, my friends was having termite treatment.
Uh
So
huh.
she asked me to uh, she asked me to stay up.
She to put
She
to
put
put yourself
she
up.
put me some.
Put you up.
She put me up.
Yeah. Okay. So she asked me to stay, and then she put me up. Perfect. Okay. And Saud, how about you? When was the last time somebody either put you up or you put somebody up?
Actually, here we have a special tradition and habits here on the coast of Saudi Arabia. When we visit any city that we have to work there, or let me say work assignments or
Uh huh.
visit, we 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 can the cousin there in that city uh, always give us put us up.
Uh huh.
And actually, if they visit us here in our city, we do the same.
Uh huh. Oh, well, that's great. And so this is with cousins, and of
Yeah,
course brothers and sisters and all family members.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So it happens quite frequently. Then that's great. Yeah, if it wasn't for social media and Facebook and things like that, I wouldn't know where any of my cousins are. So that's awesome to hear that you actually see them and have a relationship with them. So, Ken,
Sounds
how
good.
about what?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
This is one of the Facebook advantages.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the things about social media that I really appreciate because as adults, when you're kids, you go see your grandparents and then you see all your cousins. But as adults, your grandparents die and then you kind of fade away. And when Facebook came up, I hadn't seen many of my cousins for many years, but Facebook has allowed me to get to know several of them very, very well. So.
So
But I still don't see them. So,
did you discover any cousin that you have never seen?
no, my family's close enough that I have. I mean, first cousins. I don't know about second and third cousins, but my family's close enough that I knew all of them growing up. So,
What does it mean, second cousin?
um, well, do the rest of you guys mind if I go over that? First cousin, second cousin.
Yeah, sure.
Is that fine? Does anybody know what that means?
I don't know.
Okay. So let me quickly pull up a Word document. This comes from another class, bear with me. So basically, the first cousin,
And their grandfather?
okay,
Me?
so yeah, so first cousin is basically what the first cousin is your parents. See, I guess the first cousin is basically your parents' siblings' children. A second cousin would be. Oh, this gets kind of hard. Your parents, siblings, children, and a second cousin would be. Does everybody understand your parents, siblings, children's?
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
you. That's all
Yeah.
first cousin. Okay. Now, then you have second cousin would be the next generation. So your um, your cousins, your cousins' children are second cousins, second cousins to your children. And this is where it gets kind of weird. Um, your your cousins children to you is a first cousin once removed. So it gets really kind of complicated. So, and I don't even know how to explain third cousins. But yes.
About second cousins, are they children of your first cousin?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second cousin is.
Are there third cousins?
There probably are, but I don't think that most people even get that far.
Yeah, will blow our mind, I think.
Yeah, that would get, there is, like, for example, there's a little girl on Facebook who was born with a deformity, and I have followed her, and she is my dad's first cousin's son's daughter, so she'd be like a second cousin once removed or something like that. It gets very, very complicated.
What does once removed?
Once removed, for example, to your cousin's children to you are your first cousin once removed. I can't see. Yeah, your children's cousins to you, you would call them my first cousin once removed, one generation away.
Oh, 1 generation away.
Yeah, so once removed would be 1 generation away, and the second cousin would be both of them would be on the same generation. So anyway, but it was like I'm following this little baby on Facebook, and her parents, but it was like second cousin once removed or something like that. But anyway, that's a good question, though. I mean, as far as family, it's in itself in every country is a little different. In any of your languages, do you guys have different names for your aunts and uncles? Your aunts on your mom's side and your uncles on your dad's side?
No.
In Russia, no, we don't have. We have uncle and aunt.
And it's the same? Yes. In Finnish, you have an uncle and aunt on your mom's side, an uncle and aunt on your dad's side, and their spouses are just their spouses, and they're not called uncle and aunt. Where in English, we call everybody, even if they're married, an uncle and aunt. So, and it's the family thing is kind of interesting. So, but anyway, let's go on to we completely digress. Let's go on to put somebody up. Ken, when was the last time that you put somebody up or somebody put you up? And I apologize for the squeaking in my background. It's my little dog.
Yeah, sometimes I teach Japanese to my friends, and sometimes I put him up. When he shows the development, and sometimes he put me up when I speak English very well, correct?
Yeah. So do you have a lot of foreign friends in Japan?
Not in Japan. In Japan, and on Skype.
On Skype, awesome. Okay. So you guys do a lot of. Well, but to put somebody up is let them stay at your house. Okay. Awesome. Okay. And Sasha, how about you? When was the last time you put somebody up or they put you up?
It was a month ago. I went to my old friends. Previous job. They put me up at their place.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Next question. Saud, have you ever saved somebody's life?
Actually, my father.
Really? Could you tell us about it?
Yes. Since when I was a teenager, during the midnight, our house had got fire
Oh.
while my father sleep. All my family members go out, and the firemen uh, they did not allow me to come in to help my father because he's
Mhm.
sleeping.
Mhm.
My father that time has a deep sleeping. You know,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
I got inside the house. Uh, uh, I had trouble with the firemen, and I insist to help my father. Uh, and I succeed. When I try to wake him up, he shouted me. He said to me, "Go away!"
Wow.
But I carried him out.
Uh-huh. And he was like, "Son, what did you do?" Did he thank you afterwards?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, Sasha, have you ever saved somebody's life?
No, no, I didn't do that.
Okay. I was
I didn't have a chance.
no opportunity
Fortunate,
yet,
yeah, no, fortunate.
fortunately. Did you guys hear the story about the little baby that was in a car accident last week in Utah? Did any of you?
No.
Her mom and her were driving down a road in the mountains, and the car slid off the road, went into a river, and flipped over, and apparently the mom died. I don't know if it was instantly, but the mother died. The baby was in the car seat correctly, upside down in the car, but she was not in the water. And she stayed there for they guess about 14 hours. And the rescuers, when they went down to see if anybody was still alive, apparently the two of them heard somebody say, "Help me, help me," and this baby was about 18 months old, and
He can
she,
speak.
yeah, that's what they said in the newspapers. They heard something, but the baby was still alive, and 14 hours upside down in a car in a river. But the baby, the reason they said she was still alive is because the car seat kept her above the water. So it was amazing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, just type in, if you're interested in seeing the newspaper article, type in Utah baby baby survives or something in Utah. So Jaya, how about you? Have you ever saved somebody's life?
No, I didn't get that opportunity yet.
No? Okay. Yeah, so excuse me, so far Saud is our hero. So Ken, how about you? Have you ever saved somebody's life?
Mm, Not safe, but when I went long time ago, when I went to the pool, I found one man. How can you say? Kind of put head down to the pool side. So I thought it was emergency. So I pulled him up,
Mm-hmm.
and before that I went to the Red Cross's safety guard
Mm-hmm.
how can I say, seminar.
Uh-huh.
So I put him pose kind of open the pipe position
Mm-hmm.
to put the air to the lung.
Mm-hmm.
That's my experience.
Wow. So you actually performed CPR.
But not fully. And after that, pool instructor do CPR, and I
Mm-hmm.
just the pose of how can I say to open the pipe, the
Okay.
kind
Mm-hmm.
kind of position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of
Mm-hmm.
head. How can I explain in English?
Yeah, you moved his head so that it would start to breathe on its own.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
at least it.
positioned the head correctly. Yeah.
Teacher, actually, I'm working as a emergency dispatcher.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I, I had received many calls that
Uh-huh.
reporting unconscious people.
Uh-huh.
So we give them instruction for the reporter and ask him initial questions for that unconscious cases.
Uh-huh.
And we can give him instruction for remote CPR or somebody unconscious due to low sugar. You know that
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we had helped many lives.
Yes, my apparently when my father passed away in January of 2004, and what happened was he just fell over, and he was putting laundry, I think, in the washing machine or something like that, and he said to my sister, he said, I'm going to have to change the medication um, that the doctor gave me because this is making me feel really strange. And then he just died. I just fell over. And my sister, she had taken Red Cross CPR classes before, but she had forgotten a lot. And so she called 911, and the emergency dispatcher, talked her through CPR. But she said that she did it, but she said that she felt that had died even before he hit the floor. Um, but uh, it was a sad time, but the fact that they were able to even talk her through that and help her do that was really really awesome. So
You
and
know, here in Saudi Arabia, CPR courses is mandatory. You know,
hmm
in the in our company also. So
hmm
you have to take refreshment course
yeah.
each 2 years.
hmm
Otherwise, you will forget it.
Exactly, and I have not taken a refreshment course in a long time, which I probably need to do that. I think it's a good reminder. So, is it mandatory? It's not mandatory in the States, but it is not. It's a suggestion that people know it. How about in your
No,
countries?
no, I mean the company in my country, companies, not in the
Oh, and yeah,
cities.
okay, in your company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, Sasha just put in a newspaper article. What is this? My gaming. Kid saves family with Mario Kart skills. Tell us what this is about, Sasha.
Uh, uh, the boy and his brother was in the car, and uh, his their great grandmother was driving a car, but she was old and she passed out.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid, 10 years old, just take a wheel and handle to save
Wow.
uh, his life and brother and of course great grandmother. And
Mm-hmm.
when reporters asked him how could he do it, he said that he practiced. He liked play video games, Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
Oh,
easy
wow.
case. Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing what
Mhm.
kids will do, if they're put in that situation. So, all right. All right. So, let's go on. Let's read the following offers of help and pay attention to the underlying structures. Ken, could you read number one?
Do you need any help with that form?
Okay. And Jaya, to number two?
Can I give you a hand?
Thank you. Yes, you can. So number three, Sasha.
I can help you with your homework if you like.
Okay. And number four, Saud.
Mm, Will I give you a lift to the station?
All right. And Ken, number 5.
Do you want me to call you a taxi?
And number 6, Jayed.
Would you like me to help you with this exercise?
Yeah. So all of these, do you need any help with? Can I? I can, if you like. Shall I? Do you want me to call? Do you want me to? Do you want me to, not call? Do you want me to? And would you like me to? All are different ways of offering help. Let's practice. What we're going to do is we're going to say, and I will write offers of help for each of the situations. Let's try to use the most appropriate structure. Okay, so you see an old lady trying to lift a heavy bag. Ken, what would you say to her?
Carry his heavy bag. Can I give you a hand?
Okay. Can I give you a hand? Give you a hand. And most old ladies let you give you a hand if you say that?
Mhm.
I think most will.
Most will. Oh,
Yeah, won't they? Won't most old ladies let you let you help them?
I don't know. Probably. But
Probably. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Next one. Jaya, can you try this? Your friend wants to buy her favorite film on DVD, but she doesn't have any money on her.
I will ask her, can I lend you some money?
Can I lend you some money?
Or cash.
Or or if you want to use borrow, you can say, do you want to borrow some money?
Borrow.
Some money. Or cash, yeah. All right. Next one. Your teacher says it's hot in the classroom. You are near a window. Sasha, what would you say?
Shall I open the window? And I have a question about previous
Uh-huh.
money
Okay.
on her. What is the phrase basic on me? I don't, for instance, I don't have a money on me.
Okay. When you actually say that, it really basically when you say I don't have money on me or she doesn't have money on her, you're actually normally you're talking about cash. And so you don't have any cash in your wallet. Or you might not even have your wallet.
The phrase have money on someone.
Someone, yes, have money on someone. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Thank you for asking. All right, Saud, could you try the next one?
Okay, this is complicated. When I say this here in Saudi Arabia, in our custom, this is impolite way.
Oh, it's impolite. Okay.
Yeah, because the phone calls here in any house, it's been privacy things.
Uh-huh.
But
I think it pretty much is here too, so it's
you are a guest at somebody's house, the phone is ringing, but your host is busy in the kitchen. Can I answer for the calls?
okay. So can I answer that for you? Yeah. Can I answer that? So Saud, in your country, you would never offer to answer a phone.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Even your cell phone, when your cell phone put it in, when you put your cell phone in your desk and go away,
Mhm.
if you have calls, your colleagues cannot answer your phone.
Mhm.
Never.
Yeah. Now, in the States, now that we have the cell phone generation and everybody has cell phones, and you have the you can see who called you. We don't do this anymore. Nobody would bother answering my cell phone. But in the 70s and before that, before we had caller ID and before we had answering machines, it was really common. But I would say that I agree with you now that we just would never do that. It's very I don't know, maybe people would, but I would feel very weird if my family members answered my phone. I would think it was really strange. So
Now, most of America population have cell phones.
cell phones, yeah, even the older generation. So for example,
Except my friend, one of a friend of mine,
uh-huh,
American. He's in
uh-huh.
South Carolina. He has no cell phone.
He doesn't have a cell phone. Wow. Yeah,
And he needs it.
yeah. Well, I know that my sister's mother-in-law also does not have a cell phone. She also doesn't know how to work her VCR, doesn't know how to work her answering machine. So she doesn't know how to do any of the technology. She's 80 years old. Where my sister's my mom and her husband, her new husband, both are. My mom's 75 and her husband is 80. Both of them have cell phones. My mom has a smartphone and she absolutely loves it. And they both are on the internet all the time, and they're what we call silver surfers. So,
Yeah.
all
I
right.
think who live in the remote area, especially in the mountain or forest, they didn't use the cell phones.
Yeah, I agree with you there because the cell phones are harder to you don't get cell phone connection in the mountains, at least not here in Idaho. So, all right. Let's go to the next one. Your friend is visiting your town, but all the hotels are fully booked. You have a spare room. Does anybody have any suggestions?
Yeah, would you like to stay with me?
Uh-huh. Would you like to stay with me? It's perfect. Okay. You could also say, would you like me to put you up?
Yeah, would you like me to?
Stay with me sounds more normal than put you up. So, anyway, all right. Where are we as far as time? Okay, we just have a little bit more time. So accepting and refusing. So let's complete the replies below. We have appreciate, kind, manage, myself, right, and trouble. Ken, can you do the first one?
Okay, thanks. That's very kind of you.
Kind of you. Okay, very good. Jaya, can you do the next one?
Yes, please. If it's not too much trouble.
Perfect. So this is when you're accepting. If it's not too much trouble, I would really appreciate a ride. Okay, and Alexander, could you do the next one?
Thanks very much. I'd appreciate it.
Yes, appreciate that. Perfect. And Saud, next one. Refusing.
No thanks. It's all. I don't know.
Okay.
What?
So
No. Just wait.
we have this one gone, and this one gone. So only manage myself or right.
All right.
It's all right. Correct. No thank. It's all right. Right. And Sasha, could you do the next one?
No thanks. I think I can I can manage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks very much, but I can do it myself. So these are some different ways that you would refuse an offer. So okay, if someone says, "Thanks for your help," what can you say? Let's cross out the incorrect alternative. If that's okay or that's fine? Ken, what do you think?
Can you say that's okay? That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Do I
So
need to choose
which
one?
one is correct? Yeah. They
That's
say
okay.
thanks for your help. Good. Okay. And so Jaya, if somebody says thanks for your help, what would number 2 be?
It's my pleasure.
It's
My pleasure.
my pleasure. Correct. So we would cross out trouble. Perfect. And Alexander, number 3. Thanks for your help.
Anytime.
Anytime. Perfect. And then Saud, thanks for your help. Which one it would be? Don't speak it or don't mention it.
Don't speak it. Or don't mention it.
Don't
It's
mention
better.
it. Correct. Don't mention it. So don't speak it. We would not say. Excellent. All right. All right. And it looks like we're out of time. So we kind of got through most of these exercises, and we also got off the subject and talked about all kinds of different other things too. So I want to thank you though for your participation, and for those of you who are in, so Saud, you're in Saudi Arabia, so have a great day because it's just starting, and also I guess it's in the morning time also for you, Jayed, and also for you, Alexander. So have a great day, and then Ken, since it's afternoon or evening, I guess it's late afternoon for you. So have
Yeah.
a great evening. So thank you all very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.